afternoon, Mzansi, and a very warm welcome to you. This is Afternoon Express, and you know what Tuesdays mean. It is a cook-along. So, Mzansi, we have decided today to do something a little bit different. We're taking Western cuisine, but adding an Mzansi flair into the mix. But I can't do so alone. I've got Chef Tumi joining us in the loft.
Hello, Bali. Hello, South Africa. Feels good to be back in the kitchen, eh?
Absolutely, Gail. Uzula, up and down. But finally, we've got you back in the kitchen.
Yep.
And as you heard, the crowd was going wild. Not only for your majesty and the incredibleness that you're about to whip up in the kitchen, but we also have a visitor. Yes. Someone who has never graced us with their presence. This is Chef G. Mzansi. Welcome to Afternoon Express.
Thank you so much. It's lovely to be here. I hope to cook some beautiful food today.
So, Utumengani, why did you decide to have you here?
I'll start off with my name. My name is Khomotsa Hamudisele, otherwise known as Chef G. I'm an Aries. I love long walks on the beach.
No, what we want to hear about is the food, Mzansi. So if you are going to be cooking along with us, we have detailed everything on the Afternoon Express website, so you can get the full ingredients list and recipe to whip up this magic. Now, Chef G, you've already told us what to do, Mengani, long walks on the beach and whatnot. What is on the menu today?
So on the menu today, I'll just go quickly through it. We have got mussels, we've got lamb cutlets, we've got chicken drumstick, just all done in a bit of a twist and a sweet ending.
I love that. That sounds absolutely amazing. Dumi, are you ready to go?
I am ready.
Been ready.
I've been ready.
Born ready.
I stay ready.
Well, let's get cooking, Mzansi. What's the first step and what ingredients, more importantly, do we need to make these delicious mussels? Because that's where we're starting.
That's where we're starting. So with the mussels, with what we're trying to do here is take some Western food and turn it a bit into a South African dish with hints of South African items into it.
Okay, love that.
So with this mussels, the base that we're going to be using is going to be amasi.
Okay.
And we're going to be playing around with the flavors so that we can produce something beautiful.
Okay. That sounds great. I mean, I've never, Dumi, enjoyed mussels with amasi.
I can't, I didn't even, this is revolutionary stuff, because who would have thought mixing amasi with mussels? I never, well done, Chef. That's...
Go figure.
We're elevating. So what do you need me to do?
So I would love you to chop these up for me. We're going to blend them up. Can you just separate the leaves from here and keep them all in one bunch? We'll start blending afterwards.
Stunning.
Thank you so much.
And on Dumi's side?
Okay, I've got dill that I'm also doing the same, because apparently the sauce that we're making of yours with the mas has dill, mint, and Palace's chopping coriander and oregano.
Oregano, chili, it's got a bit of lime, and then we're going to cook it off with a bit of lemongrass.
Perfect.
And on your side?
I've got beautiful mussels here.
Yeah.
Just a quick tip with the mussels, when you clean them, just discard any ones that look like they're broken. We just don't want to be getting sick while you're doing this.
Okay.
And also remember that some of these things that we're going to be doing today, for instance, the amasi dressing, stuff that you can keep in the house. It's dressings that you can multi-use. It can be used as a dressing for a salad. It can be used as a marinade, which is what we're doing at our restaurant, Mushi, which is situated in Maker's Landing. Some of the items, you can keep for as long as you want, almost 2 weeks, some of them. So the whole idea is efficiency here.
Okay.
And also making sure that, you don't have to be slaving away every day on the pot.
Yeah,
True.
no, we're not about that. We do understand, though, that cooking is a labor of love. I mean, what made you fall in love with ukudla?
Yeah, as you can see, no one can trust the skinny chef, first and foremost. I remember when I was a kid, my mother used to tell me I used to be walking around with pap and amasi. I used to carry an amasi crate by myself.
Wow.
So it's actually ironic that we start in this base with amasi, but that's part of it. I come from a family where food is such a big thing for us. My mom is one of the best head chefs I know.
Oh.
My dad was a butcher. I'm the son of a butcher.
Okay.
So with those two combinations, that started my love for food.
I love that. And what's real about you is that this started from the bottom, now we're here. And that's what I love. Stories of people who have been able to take everyday experiences, growing up ekaya, and turn that into something absolutely magical. So I'm very much looking forward to trying this recipe. I mean, when you did start to think about the creativeness that has to do with amasi and mussels, where did that even come from?
Well, I thought to myself, I need to take it home and really look at myself. What is it that I love? Take all the things that I've learned in the last couple of years with cooking, also owning a restaurant, and just trying to be different. Not only trying to be different, but staying true to myself.
Staying true to who you are. Now, with the hint and the tip that you told me that I need to separate the leaves from the stem. Is there any specific reason? Is it super pungent?
Yeah, the stem might be a bit too pungent, if anything, a bit too bitter.
Okay.
So, rule of thumb with herbs is basically separated. There's a few that you can get away with, like basil and parsley. But otherwise, you would rather, with the ones that are hard to find or odd, rather separate it and
Okay.
And discard the
discard it.
stems.
You could also use it again for your stocks.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love that. I'm all about reusing. You know, Dumi,
True.
we've been saying throughout the January month that it's all about not only keeping things nutritious, but also money friendly.
Very
Correct.
true, Palisa. And the other thing is we're also trying to be very environmentally friendly. So if you can reuse stuff, why not? You know, if you can use it again in a salad, use it in a stock, like Chef G just said. So it's basically just about utilizing as much of your product as possible.
Absolutely.
Correct.
I love that. Okay, so my ingredients have been chopped up quite nicely. I've got the coriander here. Ooh, a stem. Coriander here, chilies, and of course, oh, I can already smell that. This is some real stuff here.
Oh, no problem.
And what flavors? How does this elevate then the dish?
Now, how it elevates the dish is that once you mix everything up in here, I mean, like herbs might just be herbs, but they're not. Every single one has its own character, own flavor. So now, mixing along all of these together is just, I don't know, it brings some sort of combination that really goes way out there.
You know, the harmonious flavors is what we're all about. So
Got
I'm
you.
loving this, Dumi. And on your side, do you have any tips, tricks, or things that we need to watch out for when we are not only enjoying mussels, but preparing them?
The one thing I can say, especially when working with seafood, it always has to smell fresh. If at all something smells funky, don't even go there.
Don't
you know?
touch.
A lot of people say, but it smells like fish. That's what it should smell like. It should smell like the sea. If you're using fish, it should smell like fish. It shouldn't smell like feet.
Okay.
It shouldn't smell like cheese. Okay. It should smell like what it is, and that's basically it.
I love that. Okay. Well, you heard it here first, Mzansi, from our chefs. I hope that you're cooking along with us. We're having a ball of a time this Tuesday. And that's what it's all about. I almost see these as masterclasses. I say time and time again. Masterclasses as to how we can put our chef hats on at home.
True.
Correct.
Very true.
So now, what's going into your blender?
So what I'm putting into the blender, we've got all the herbs. I've added in already some oil, salt and pepper, and I'm adding honey right now.
Okay.
The last product is going to be the amasi, and that's where it's going to start emulsifying everything into one thing. You blend it. You blend it if you want to. If you don't have a blender, you do have an option of chopping up everything. It might take some time, but it still is efficient.
Yeah.
So the whole point of it is to make sure that all the flavors are all in one sauce, so that you don't have any pieces of
yeah.
herb and garlic stuck together in your whichever dish that you're making.
Okay.
I love that. And how versatile is the sauce that we're creating here? I know we're going to enjoy them in a creamy mussel stew, but would it be good for anything else, or maybe any other seafood, any other proteins?
Most definitely. At the restaurant that we are at, Mushi, the Mushi Smoke and Braai House, we use this to brine some chicken.
Okay.
So we do 4 chickens, and we brine this and smoke the chicken with South African flavor, which is kameelhout. We've chosen to take the South African route instead of using the more Western route.
Love that. Okay, let's whip that up. Let's
Let us
see
do that.
or if the proof is truly in the pudding. You've talked up a big game, so let's whip it on over. I love that. This looks
So
delicious.
as you can see, as it's still blending, you're still seeing big particles of the herbs. I do recommend that you blend this for at least 3 minutes, just to make sure anything on medium to high, so that everything is mixed in very well.
Okay, stunning. But it almost seems if you can take that off. It seems like that's already pretty much whipped up smoothly. Of course, at home, you can put it in for as long as you want. Chef G has recommended 5 minutes, but you know, it's dealer's choice here, whatever you enjoy. So we're going to swap places, just so that you can now put this all together.
Sorry.
Quite beautifully. Have you done anything to these mussels so far?
So these mussels have just been cleaned, and that is it so far.
Okay.
And obviously, all the ones that have been discarded have been taken out already.
Okay.
So with the lemongrass, I do suggest that you take the back end of your knife and maybe just break it down a bit, so that those flavors can come out when you're cooking it down.
Wow, we truly do learn something every single day. There's something about bruising that lemongrass that makes it all come out and come alive.
Most definitely. The flavors of lemongrass is also out there. I mean, like, we have it with different meals, but I don't think sometimes we realize which meals we're having it with, especially with the Thai green curry.
Yeah.
You get that a lot.
Put that all in
So
there.
I'm going to put in the onion, I would suggest maybe getting your temperature up to a high.
Okay.
Starting off with that and browning the onions until they're translucent.
Okay.
And then from there, we'll start adding in the other ingredients.
Okay. In my opinion, I think that's good to go. You can start adding up those ingredients as is. I mean, what's going in next? Is that
I'm
garlic?
putting in some garlic in right
Like
now.
that.
You can also add in the
Lemongrass.
lemongrass, cook that down, and finally, you add your sauce.
Okay.
Beautiful.
what
And then
you
how
want-
long do you let that simmer in before you add the mussels?
I would let that simmer in for a good 5 minutes. Remember, everything here doesn't really need to be cooked down. It's
Yeah.
already combined. You're
Yeah.
just trying to get some heat into it and reduce any liquid form into it
Okay.
to
Okay.
just thicken your sauce.
Okay, Chef G, I'm going to help you adding some of these mussels into the
Problem.
mix. Just like that.
While you guys are doing that, I'm just getting the bread ready that we're actually going to have these amazing mussels with. And Chef G, if you don't mind, I'm just going to pop these in the oven.
Got you.
These are going to bake up and go nice and crispy. We're going to
Amazing.
dunk that bread into the amazing
Amazing.
green sauce that you've got over there. That looks amazing.
It looks good and it's smelling even better. South Africa, please do join us because after the break, what are we going to be putting together?
We are going to be putting in chicken lollipops.
Ooh, chicken lollipops. It sounds good, looks even better. And since today it's all about the Afternoon Express Chisanyama, we want to find out from you on social media, what makes your braai so special? What makes it a step above the rest? Just use that hashtag Afternoon Express in all of your comments. But from us here, as we put the finishing touches on those mussels, we'll see you after these.